Yikes. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Happy Friday, everybody. Everybody, happy Friday morning. Good to see you. I know crisis averted. Some people were panicking. Maybe people were panicking, thinking that nothing was going to happen. We had a bit of a technical problem, and it looks like the crowd is a little looks like the crowd is a little bit smaller than usual because we didn't post this lesson on our page. Yeah, people thought there was no class today. Yeah, a little mistake on our part. I guess Ivan, our wonderful technician, must have forgotten to post it or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened. All right, but hey Zach. Hey, how are you? But I am here, and so are you. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, it's probably going to be a smaller crowd today, but that's okay. More intimate. Hi, everybody. I'm Shaun, if you're new. Yeah? I know I scared some of you. Don't be scared. You must have been scared. You must have thought that I had left you. All right, but yeah, I'm Shaun. I'm going to be your teacher for the next hour or so. Don't be scared, okay? I am in Vancouver, Canada. I am at the Canadian College of English Language in downtown Vancouver, coming to you live, unless, of course, you're watching this later, not now. Yeah, but we still got some regulars here, some faithfuls that truly believed that the class was going to happen. Luciana's here, but she's leaving. That's sad, but that's good to see you, even for a little bit. Luciana, Nora's here. Rosa, Luis Antonio Soares, asking how's it going. It's going very well. Thank you very much. Julian is here. The Spider Killer, and of course Steve Lynn is in the house. All right. Yeah, good to see everybody. If you're new, oh yeah, there's Jerry. There she is. I think yeah, people are going to slowly maybe start coming in when they realize class is happening. Hopefully. But if you are new to the class, if it's your first time, identify yourself. Tell us your name in the chat if it's your first time. If it's your first time, what's going to happen today is during the lesson, I'm going to be asking you questions, and you can ask me questions in the chat. Yeah, I know a lot of almost heart attacks happened today, right? A lot of close to panic attacks, anxiety attacks. I had a bit of a panic attack myself because I looked at the chat and there was no one in it. I thought, what have I done? All right. But we're all here now. This is good. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be your teacher for the next bit. For anybody who is new, just a reminder that this is an intermediate level class. Okay, intermediate level. Julian, you're watching me from the hospital. That is dedication. That's the kind of dedication that keeps me going. All right. I hope you're okay. I hope maybe you're working at the hospital. Let us know. Okay. All right. So intermediate level, everyone is welcome to join. Of course, if you're a little bit higher, if you're a little bit lower, everybody's welcome. All right. Okay, so let me jump into the class here. Okay, let me go here, get rid of that stuff, and there we go. I'm going to go full presentation here. And Santosh Joshi is asking about the topic today. Well, I'll get to that. Today's lesson is a bit of a continuation from last week. Okay, last week we were talking about modals of certainty, and we're going to continue with that today. Okay, and yeah, a few more people slowly sauntering in here today. Okay, so today, one of the magic words for today's lesson is suppose. To suppose. I'm sure some of you were sitting at home wondering what had happened, why I wasn't there, and you may have thought, Shaun must have quit, or Shaun must have been hurt. Where is he? Okay, and that's what supposing is. Supposing is to think, to have an idea without all of the information. Okay, you maybe have some evidence, but you don't know for sure. You can't be positively certain. Okay? You guys are talking about certainty, right? Now, supposed to be is a little bit different, right? Alejandra's here. Hi. So, to suppose, for example, last week, I read a story about the Obamas, okay? Michelle and Barack Obama, Tom Hanks, Oprah Winfrey, and this guy, Bruce Springsteen, a very famous American rock and roll hero. All of these people, okay, the Obamas, Tom Hanks, Oprah, Springsteen, were on a boat together on vacation in Polynesia or somewhere, okay? All right, so all of these famous, powerful people together on a boat on a vacation. Now, my question is, what do you think the dinner conversation is when all of these people are on a boat together, right? What did they talk about over breakfast? And what did they have for breakfast? All right. I mean, sure. Well, there you go. They must have talked about the food, right? I'm sure they must have at some point talked about, politics, right? With the Obamas there, Oprah, they must have discussed Donald Trump and American politics. Tom Hanks was there. They may have discussed movies. Yeah, some of you forgot about me? So what do you guys think? What do you think they talked about? I mean, yeah, politics, food. They must have discussed the beauty of the islands around them, maybe. But what I'm doing right now, this is supposing, right? I don't know what they talked about, and I will never know for sure what they talked about. But I am supposing, I am assuming, or speculating, right? Speculating about what they talked about. Now, this type of supposing, you can do it on a lot of topics. For example, I like this picture. Right? What do you think this machine was used for? What do you think this guy was doing? I don't know. Yeah, he may have been, I mean, he seems to be listening for something. He must have been listening to something, but I don't know what he was listening to. You guys think, yeah, they were talking about being rich? Yeah, right. So I have no idea what this guy was doing. You think maybe he was reading somebody's mind? Yeah? He was he was trying to listen to the world. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Good one, Nora. Yeah. What about this? How do you suppose this happened? Right? I mean, how does someone end up with their car here? Oh, he's listening to waves. Hopefully waves was your answer for this one, and not maybe waves could be the answer for this as well, right? This car may have been picked up by a large wave and it landed on a big rock. I'm not sure. This is a mystery, right? But this is what supposing is all about. And this is what we're talking about today, okay? A helicopter may have dropped this car. I don't know why the helicopter was carrying the car, but Bilal, yeah, you could be right. Perhaps an airplane or a helicopter dropped it from the sky. Okay. So this is what we're talking about today, supposing. But it's connected to last week's lesson, because last week we talked about modals of certainty, modals of probability, talking about the present, right? When you think you're certain about something, or you're not completely sure about something, we talked about the modal verbs you use to express that, okay? So last week, we said things like, well, we asked the question, where is John? John was not at his desk last week, and we said, where is John? And the answer was, he must be on his break. Now, last week we talked about this word must, meaning we feel very certain about this kind of thing. We don't know 100% sure, but we're pretty confident that John is on his break. So we said he must be on his break to talk about now. Or he might be on his break, right? Because we don't know for sure. Julian says he may be off today. Yeah, right. He may be off today. Yeah. I thought for a brief second I thought you said he may have been laid off, but that's a little bit harsher. Deduction is exactly what we're talking about, right? Another one was he can't be on his break. I know he can't be on his break because it's only 8:30. It's too early for his break. Okay, so this was last week's class, and we're going to continue it today because last week we were talking about the present, and this week we're talking about the past. How do you suppose, or how do you deduce, make deductions about things that happened in the past? Okay? So it all starts, well, and this is what, before I get into the structure, this is what we were doing. We were supposing about the past when we talked about Oprah and the Obamas. Louise is saying he must have called it a day, and that's great because that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today, that structure. Whether we're talking about the Obamas or whether you're a police officer, a detective, looking at evidence, trying to solve a crime, right? How did the person get into the house? How was the crime committed? All right? Or studying history and ancient people and how they lived. It's all about looking at the past and supposing, speculating, or making deductions, meaning looking at the evidence, looking at the information. Vivek is here. Hey, Vivek. Okay, and this all starts, and somebody already beat me to it because Jerry is always maybe one step ahead of me here. It all starts with the perfect infinitive, okay? The perfect infinitive. Let me explain what that is. The perfect infinitive, when we say this grammatical structure, this term, means the word have, okay, plus a past participle, which you guys, some of you call the PP, right? Or your third form of the verb. The third form of the verb, the past participle. Putting have and past participle together, we call this the perfect infinitive. Okay, so for example, have eaten, have studied, have gone, have finished, have bought. If you've got have at the beginning, and notice it's have and not has, right? It's have. And the past participle here, that's the perfect infinitive. Okay, and that's what we use to talk about the past. okay, to suppose about the past. Now let me show you an example. We were talking about John in the present. We said, but now, if we want to talk about him in the past and say, where was John today? The day is over. It's the end of the workday. Everybody's going home. John was not here all day. His beautiful orange chair was empty all day. And we say, where was John today? The answer, he might have taken a sick day. And Louise said something like, he may have called it a day, right? He may have called it a day. He may have left early, right? So this past participle here, oops. Oh, let me go back. The past participle and have and your modal verb here creates this supposing, this supposition. Okay? In Rosa, for your answer, they're basically, I mean, the same thing. They're really interchangeable. If you look up the definition for one, you'll see the other word. Okay? So let me show you one other example. We talked about this guy last week, okay? But now we're saying he must have been hungry in the past. We're talking about yesterday or earlier or last week. Now I don't know for sure, remember. Okay, I'm not 100% certain, but in this sentence I'm very close to being 100% certain. I feel very, very strongly that he was hungry. Okay? Based on the size of that hamburger that he's eating, I would say he must have been hungry. Okay? All right, so just like last week, we talked about the different degrees of certainty, right? Of how sure you are, how certain you are about something from the past, okay? So if you feel very certain, but not quite 100%, you use the word must. So this person, you say you were in France for vacation. Oh, you went to France last week? You must have eaten some amazing food. They've got amazing food in France, as most people know, especially the French. You must have eaten some amazing food, right? Again, as we said last week, I could be wrong. Maybe they just ate at McDonald's the whole time. Although I've heard McDonald's in France is better than McDonald's in North America, but I don't know if that's true. Hey, Vivek, that's that. I have no idea what the context of that is, Vivek, but she must have blocked me on Facebook. That's a perfect sentence. All right, good for you. And I think you're probably right, whoever it is. Julian, I'm not exactly sure what your question is there about the difference between E and the E with the two dots there, because we don't use that in the English language. Okay, we don't use that particular accent or anything like that above the E. Okay, so let me show you one more. Amy must not have left yet, right? Whoops, got ahead of myself. So Amy must not have left yet. Remember last week we said you can use the negative, right? You can speak in the negative. You can say she must have left or she must not have left. That's her tiny little car there. So this is why I'm supposing that she's still at home. Again, I could be wrong, but I feel confident about this. I feel pretty certain. Okay? Now, you could also say she couldn't have left yet. Her car is still parked out front. Okay? Or, and this might be a little strange for some because it doesn't look like the past, but you can say Amy can't have left yet. Her car is still parked out front. Good, Julian. Yeah, good one. Right. So she must not have left. She must not have left. She couldn't have left. or she can't have left. All three of these mean the exact same thing. Therefore, you have choice. And although can't doesn't look like the past here, together with the perfect infinitive used as a modal, it's definitely talking about the past. And some people are saying it must be very hard for her to pull out of that parking space. Well, maybe that's why the car is there. Again, we might be wrong. She may have decided to take the bus, right? She may have decided to take the bus. I don't know how she gets out of that. Maybe she just lifts the car up and puts it down on the street, perhaps. Again, I don't know. Okay, so when we're not certain, what we talked about last week, if you have a missing classmate, one of your friends, well, I mean, today is a perfect example. We've got lots of people missing from class today. Our fault for not posting this class up there. You say, where's Rosa today? Right? Where is everybody today? Well, they may not have known that there was a class today. Okay, so my examples here, you say, where is Sarah? Actually, and this is actually the perfect example for today because it looks like the entire room is empty. Everybody's missing. Bilal, that's a good one, right? She took a taxi. Good one. Okay, so where's this student? You can say, she might have overslept. Now again, overslept, that's the third form of the verb. Okay, in this case, it's the same as the regular past simple, but you want the past participle plus have, right? So she might have overslept. I don't know for certain. This is just my own idea, right? She may have missed her bus. I don't know why the picture's moving around like that, but she may have missed her bus, right? She might have overslept. She may have missed her bus. She could have run away and joined the circus, right? That's perfectly reasonable as an explanation. All of these things could have happened. I don't know for sure. But that's kind of the good thing, is that you can, I mean, these structures are really good for gossiping, for talking about your classmates, right? Or talking about celebrities. Why two celebrities, why the marriage ended, right? Well, he might have, I don't know, I'm not going to continue that. Right? But as we talked about last week, and just a moment ago, you can use the negative, right? So she might have overslept, or she might not have set her alarm, right? You could put those two things together. She might not have set her alarm, and she might have overslept as a result. They might have been too busy to attend the class, maybe. They might come tomorrow. Cool. Okay. So this is what we're looking at, talking about past, supposing, assuming, speculating. Okay? Now I want you guys to do some work for me. I'm going to jump out here. I'm going to go to my notes. I'm going to pull this up. We're going to do two different exercises today. Okay, I'm going to start with one that gives you the most information, and I want you guys to write these sentences for me. Sway Julian saying she might have been in a deep sleep. Good one. Okay, so in this case, in this exercise, you've got 6 sentences, and I want you to finish the sentence to talk about the past. You don't know for sure, but you've got the modals here, right? May, must, might. And I want you to write a sentence with this information to explain this, right? This is all about, remember, this is all about trying to explain something, right? Or it certainly can be. So their skin is really tanned. Their skin is really tanned. Why is their skin tanned? And here you've got go on holiday. So I'll do the first one because I'm so nice. They must have gone on holiday, right? They must have gone on holiday. Now, one thing you could also write here instead of go, you could say they must have been on holiday, right? Now, in common usage, as long as they are back from the holiday, you could say either one is acceptable when you're talking about this kind of supposing about the past. Okay, they must have been on holiday, I think, is the maybe the more common, but Bilal is saying yes, they must have gone on holiday, and that's perfectly acceptable. Either one, as long as they're back. If they're not back, you can't say been. Okay, you have to say go. All right, so I'm going to put the monkey music back on, the happy little working music for you guys. I'm going to pop off the screen and drink some coffee. I want you to answer these or complete these sentences, 5 of them, and then we'll go over them together. Okay? All right, guys, get to work. Okay, good, good, good. Lots of good stuff coming in. Good answers. Let me see here. Okay, so the first one, I did the first one, but Rosa's saying maybe they must have had a lamp, right? Like a sun lamp or one of those tanning beds, maybe. Okay, that's good. So B, she looks really tired today. Don't tell her that, but you can talk about her behind her back. She looks really tired today, and I gave you sleep well last night, so she may. Now, Rosa, I'm going to pick on you. because you almost got it. You said she may have not sleep well last night. Okay, she may have not sleep well last night. So I would say take this. Oops. Put that over here. So she may not have slept. She may not have slept well last night. And I see that, I think Steve, that's what you put. Right? She may not have slept well last night. And that's perfect. Now make sure you've got that participle, right? That third form that you would use for the present perfect or any kind of perfect tense. Okay, really good. She may not have slept well last night. Maybe she's got a baby at home, or she likes to party. I'm not sure, whichever it is. Okay, what about C? When I came back to the room, my computer was gone. And I gave you steal. So someone might. Let me see, who's got one for B? Or for C, rather. Steve, good one? Good? Yeah, GRE as well, good for you. So someone might, well, you said must, you're even more certain, might have stolen it. Not a kind of a pessimistic view, right? To immediately assume that somebody stole your computer. Maybe somebody borrowed it. That would be a nicer thought. But yeah, your computer's gone. Oh, somebody must have stolen it. And Nora, you're saying you might hear people say she may have not. Yeah, I mean that is possible depending on, I would say, depending on the verb. Like sometimes if you say she may have not wanted to do something, you can hear that, and it's fine, Nora. Yeah, good question. Okay, what about D? He told me he was going to the party, but I didn't see him there. What happened with change? So he must have. What can I say here? For D, who's got the answer for D? Steve Lynn, good for you, good stuff. Bilal, I think I saw you had one here. Where did that go? All right, so you must have, okay, so he must have changed. He must have changed. I think you said his program. Now, I wouldn't use program if we're talking about a party. All right, program is more about like a school program or the plan for some kind of larger show or something. I would just say his plans, right? He must have changed his plans. Yeah, or somebody said he must have changed his mind, right? He must have changed his mind. He must have changed his friends. E, I went to a new restaurant last night. Now it is my favorite restaurant. Julian, yeah, he must have changed his plans. That's good. And Rain and Tripoli got that one too. Just a little shout out for you guys for D. Good stuff. And Dennis as well. Good. Okay, so E. Went to a new restaurant. Now it is my favorite restaurant. Rosa, you're close. What about Aaron? Right. Good, Aaron. So Aaron says, it must have been delicious. Now you continued with their food, but don't put that in there, Aaron. Get that out of there, because their food is it, right? You wouldn't want to put the subject at the end like that and say, it must have been delicious, their food. You want to say, you could say, here, their food must have been delicious. That would be fine to say that. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, it must have been delicious. Now, somebody said this, it must be delicious. And technically that's okay, right? Because the food is still today, the restaurant is still there. So you could speak in the present tense, okay? But for practice, we can put it in the past and say, it must have been delicious. The food you had last night must have been delicious. Yasmina's saying, it must have been healthy. Yeah, maybe. Could be. Depends. I don't know if healthy would be my favorite restaurant. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, what about F? He made plans to meet. Or we made plans to meet, but he didn't show up. Very kind of similar idea to D, I guess, right? And Dennis, yes, he must have or he might have. Ah, okay. He might have been forgotten, says Dennis. Now be careful of that one, because you don't want this been in there, because it's not passive. He was not forgotten, right? You want an active voice sentence there, Dennis, okay? Take that away and say he might have forgotten, right? I'm sure he didn't mean to upset you by not showing up. You guys made plans. He must have forgotten, or he might have forgotten. Good, Julian. Good. Rain in Tripoli, good for you. Yeah, forgotten our plans, right? And you can add to that. He might have forgotten our plans. Good. Very good. Okay. So one thing I thought I would mention too about these modals. Whoops.
Narrator, notes, Google Docs, incognito, enter.
Whoops.
Escape.
All right. Let me.
Desktop.
Be quiet, computer. Okay. So when I say something like she.
T.
What's happening here? I'm being plagued with difficulty today. I'm just going to keep my crazy smile on my face here, okay? She must. Oh no, don't be doing that.
V. E.
Oh no. How do I turn this off? This thing is going to narrate my keyboard. Look.
Space.
Space. I don't want this to narrate my keyboard. Oh no. Okay, well, stay with me here. I usually use a Mac, except for every Friday morning I come in here and teach on a PC, and I have just touched something on the keyboard, and now it's going to the computer is going to narrate my typing. So she must have
R-L. Period.
So she must have overslept. All right. Mute? Just mute? Well, yeah. I'm afraid to touch a mute because I don't want to mute myself. Right? If I mute the sounds, then am I gonna mute my own microphone? I don't know. You guys are just gonna have to deal with that robot voice. Okay. So she must have overslept. She must have overslept. When we're speaking naturally, right, in speech, we often will kind of contract that, and it will often sound like she must have overslept, right? Or she must have overslept. Everybody's saying mute my computer sound. I don't know. I'm scared to do that because then you might not be able to hear me. Or is that? I don't know. It's fine. You guys are fine. Try it. I guess I could try it, couldn't I? Yeah.
F12 alert. Selected. Requires selection contains 0 button.
Okay, that was me trying it. Okay, that was terrible. Okay, so she must have overslept. We say this naturally when we're speaking. Okay, I don't know if Zach's still there, guys. It's fine. But one common mistake that people make when they're listening to people speak is that even some native speakers think
Space.
space.
F.
that it's she must have overslept, because that's kind of what it sounds like when you speak quickly. When you contract, right, and say she must have overslept, it sounds like she must have overslept, but that
backspace
is not the case. Okay, she must have overslept. Okay, yeah, no, I tried it on the keyboard, right? I pressed mute on the keyboard, and it just did a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, so that's fine. Just watch it with your pronunciation. It's great to speak like this, but don't think that they're actually saying, he might have changed his mind. Don't write that, okay? Because it's not of. It's just the contracted version of this. All right, so where was I? Yeah, going back into this.
Tooltip, May 5th, 17 modal certainty number 2.
Oh my
Google
goodness.
Slides.
Oh my God. All right, I am going to try to figure this one out. How about this? They must have misunderstood the contraction. That's great. Okay. I'm going to put you guys to work for a couple more minutes. Okay?
0.
Thank you. 0, that's right. I would like you guys to do this exercise. We're going to go a little bit later than normal because we started a little bit late. Okay? I want you guys to, again, take a couple minutes and finish these sentences. So you even get a little picture here. Picture the keys. I can't find my keys, and all I've given you is the word drop. So in here, you would say something like, I must have dropped them.
Period.
Okay. I must have dropped them. This computer. All right. So I'm going to put the music back on. I'm going to try to figure out how to shut this computer up because I don't like him. Yeah, he's cramping my style here. Okay. His pronunciation is better than yours? Yeah. His pronunciation may be better than mine too. Okay. So take a couple minutes, do B down to F, look at the picture, read the sentence, and use the word on the side here. Okay? And write your answer in the chat. Okay? Yeah. And now Painkiller says, I might have lost it. That's perfect. That's good. Now, in fact, if you don't want to, you can make up your own sentence if you want. If you want help, there's this little, the word on the side here. Okay? So let me make this a little bit bigger.
Equal sign.
All right, I'm out of here. All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Smrt stream, scenes, selected, supports multiple selection, contains 5 items. Pause button. 98% volume. Start window, search box, editing. Tooltip, power. Tooltip, Adobe Master Collection CC 2015. Tooltip, Adobe Master Collection CC 2015. Command not available. Zoom, 150%. Reset to default button. Volume control window, 0. 45, 50, 60. $78, 0, 98%, play button. Smrt stream, scene, selected, supports multiple selection, contains 5 items.
Oh, it's almost the weekend. It's almost the weekend.
www.youtube.com/live_chat $?v=$9zhksbqffm8 play button.
Okay, so almost done here, guys. All right, so 5 sentences here. 5 sentences, and I asked you to write a sentence based on the information you've got here. I'm already done here. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I'm about to walk away here. You're about to see a real. You're going to see a live emotional breakdown on YouTube. It's too bad we don't have as many viewers as usual, because you're going to see a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yeah? Yeah, no, I don't think it has anything to do with the speakers, guys. It's not the speakers. Anyway, we're almost done. So let's just go through this together, okay? Hang on.
Enter. Space.
No, I didn't do it. Hang on, guys, hang on. Julian, tech guy, is trying to help me out here. Yeah, no, I know you guys. Nora, there's not one on the keyboard above the calculator, and that's not working. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, let's get this over with. Okay, so I never see James and Jessica together anymore. The word over here is break up. What have you guys given me? Okay, yeah, we'll do the mistake. This is the mistake of the week, by the way. This class has been just 1 hour long, an hour-long mistake. Maybe getting out of bed this morning was my mistake of the week. How about that? Yeah? All right. So B, Alejandra says, they must have broken up.
Period.
They must have broken up. Yeah, good. Perfect, Alejandra. Good job. C, my pants are too tight for me now. Gain weight. Who's got something for me here? Alejandra, yours is good for that one too. Good. Let me get somebody else. Steve Lynn says they. Oh, I.
Period.
I must have gained some weight. Yeah, no, sway Julian 6672. When I say Julian, sorry, we have a technician named Julian. I'm not talking to you. Okay. All right. D. Many people are leaving the stadium in a good mood. Well, that's nice for them. Hanzawi has an answer for that one, saying
period.
they must have won the game. They must have won the game. Good answer. All right, 2 more here, guys. Steve's car is from a different country. Transport from overseas. Rosa says this.
E. R. E. Period.
He must have transported it from overseas. Good job, Rosa. All right. One more. Her apartment is great now. Is great now. That's kind of weird. Her apartment is great now. Clean up. All right. Maybe it looks great would probably be a better sentence. And let me find somebody else. Painkiller says your computer might have gone crazy. Nice one. Very nice. I think I would be even more certain than that. My computer must have lost its mind. It's trying to take over this class. First, it's going to take over the class. Next, the world. Okay. Where are we here? Who's got an answer for that one? Yeah, Yasmina saying it might have been cleaned up. That's good. Or Rain in Tripoli, yeah, says she.
Period.
She must have cleaned up. Good. Okay. Perfect. Mistake of the week, guys. Okay. So, if you're new, which I don't think you are, most people have been here before. I don't think we have any newbies in the crowd, but we're going into the mistake of the week here. Let me go in here.
Desktop. Start presentation. May 5th. Right arrow. Right arrow. Right arrow.
Okay.
Right arrow.
Mistake of the week. I'm just going to stop. Maybe if I just stop using the keyboard. Okay. Okay, guys, so mistake of the week. Of course, I'm going to put a sentence up here, and you guys are going to find me the mistake in the sentence and put it in the chat. Whoever is the fastest is the champion of the internet for the week and is my favorite student for this day. Cinco de Mayo, May the 5th. I'm not sure what that. Oh, you're saying you might have to cut your pants. You're not talking to me. You're talking about the answer to the exercise. I get it. French Leo is just wandering in. Yeah, I know, French Leo. You're a little bit late. Just in time for the mistake of the week, though. You can saunter in here and be the fastest guy. So just in time. Press the Windows logo. I know, somebody said Windows logo. Where's the Windows logo? You mean command?
Enter exiting narrator.
Ah. Okay, so command is the Windows logo, what you guys are saying. So, just in time, Pavel, you've saved the day, okay? I think Pavel Sobczak is the champion of the internet today because now, if you see here, Look at this. I can do stuff on my keyboard, and that computer has finally shut up. Good. And that's why I don't use PC. Okay? So that was the mistake of the week. No, here is the sentence, guys. I'm going to pop out of the screen, and I'd like you to find me the mistake. I'm going to put the music on for 5 seconds. See you later. Okay, so lots of answers came in. I think I tricked you with a couple sneaky moves, like I tried to do. So he couldn't find the information he needed to answer his question, but he may have been looking in the wrong website. And I threw a couple things in there to confuse you. I threw a computer narration in there just to throw you off. But some of you saw right through my tricks. And the champion for today is officially Jerry. All right, it's Jerry because she sees that the mistake of the week is in. All right, a little preposition mistake, but such a common mistake that students of English make. Prepositions. Prepositions are probably one of the last things that people truly master in the language is the preposition, because there are so many different uses of in or on or up or whatever it is. Even the highest level students still make mistakes with prepositions. If you make mistakes with prepositions, don't be ashamed, because there is no shame in that. But the difficulty with the preposition is there's no real way to think your way through it, right? I mean, it should be in a website. Why is it not in a website? Well, it isn't. It's on a website. Okay. Something's in a magazine, something's in a book, but it's on a website. It's on the computer. It's on the internet. What we call dependent prepositions or prepositional phrases, it's largely a matter of memorizing, just remembering the relationships between prepositions and nouns. I wish there was an easy way to figure it out, or a little trick, because I love tricks. I wish there was a little trick that you could use to figure out all of the prepositions and what nouns they go with, but unfortunately, there isn't for a lot of them. All right, so yeah, Jerry's the champion. Although again, special honorable mention to Pavel for fixing my keyboard. And I need a nap now. It's 10 o'clock in the morning here in Vancouver, but I think my workday is done. I think I'm just going to crawl under this table and cry myself to sleep. All right, so it's Friday. It's Friday, Shaun. It's okay. Yeah, I've got nothing left. Here, let me let me pop out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining. We didn't make it easy for you. In fact, it almost seemed like we were trying to make it harder for you to join the class and harder for you to want to watch the class because of technical difficulties. Yeah? Steve Lynn is saying crawl on the table. Well, I could crawl on the table, but it's covered in computers. I mean, I could sweep all the computer stuff off and then crawl on the table and go to sleep. I think it would just be easier for me to just kind of slip down like this under the table and go to sleep down there. Okay? That's what I was talking about. So, yeah. I mean, maybe today was more entertaining for you guys than usual, perhaps. It's always good to watch a YouTube fail. All right, so C-Joy is asking what? On market? I would say at a market. I wouldn't say on. Oh, unless you're saying on the market. On the market is something different. Yeah, meaning for sale. It's on the market. Oh, man. Mercy. Okay. So, yeah. It's always nice to see you guys, even on catastrophic days such as this. It's always a pleasure to be here, to hang out. And I hope to see you again. I hope to see more people next week. We'll make it easier for you to find us. And yeah, you know, keep using your English, keep making mistakes, and keep I don't know, keep your head up. Keep the hope alive, okay? And we'll see you here next time, guys, okay? Tell your friends, tell your mom, get everybody in here in this classroom. It's lots of fun. So have a good weekend, have a nice week, and we shall see you around. Okay. Bye-bye. Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to our channel. Also, if you want the full experience of being a student in a Smrt Live class with things like homework and teacher feedback, follow the link and become a premium subscriber. Also, if you want to see more videos from this class, check out our playlist.